Thank you for joining us for the first live announcement of FuzeHub manufacturing grants from the Jeff Lawrence Innovation Fund. My name is Patty Reschberger. I am the Innovation Fund Manager. And with me today is Eric.
I'm Eric Fassler, Solutions Program Manager at FuzeHub.
And we're very proud to announce the awardees for this round. We received 46 applications from throughout the state, all kinds of projects. There was somewhat of a trend, as you see in the awardees, for advanced materials and sustainability, some very trending subjects. Also, Industry 4.0, yeah, absolutely, which is very needed in the state. So very cool stuff. And I'm going to announce the awardees in no particular order. Each of the 10 awardees are receiving a $50,000 award. First on my list, out of the capital region, is the Tech Valley Center of Gravity. They are partnering with a startup, Uncaged Innovations, out of the Mid-Hudson. Uncaged Innovations created a biodegradable vegan leather alternative, and you use the FuzeHub funding to scale up their manufacturing capabilities. Providing a sustainable manufactured replica of animal hides will redefine the leather industry. It's a project that we all enjoyed reading. We are familiar with Uncaged Innovations from previous applications. They've made tremendous progress. It's very cool to have in our portfolio.
Yeah, definitely. The next one comes from Train, Develop, Optimize, the MEP Center in the Central New York region. They're partnering with Taro Manufacturing Company, and they're looking to develop mobile Industry 4.0 portable manufacturing pods. So these pods will basically provide a portable manufacturing environment made out of 40-foot shipping containers. Raw material will be delivered at one end, they'll get processed inside and retrieved at the other end. So talk about a huge boon to our supply chain problems. I think this could be a real success.
Yes, absolutely. Out of Ithaca in the southern tier, we have a veteran of the program. The Center for Life Science Ventures at the Cornell University is partnering with Agrynex. Agrynex developed an effective, non-toxic and biodegradable pesticide and is also scaling up their manufacturing process. This technology will provide a valuable tool for managing crop diseases, increasing profits for farmers, a huge industry in New York State.
Yeah, definitely the agriculture, sure.
Yeah.
Our next awardee is Mohawk Valley Edge, partnering with ANDRO Computational Solutions out of Rome, New York. They're working on technology to coordinate emergency management for school alerts and threat response. This is an urgent need for reliable personal communication devices that provide real-time situational awareness during crisis situations. And unfortunately, this is something that's very needed right now.
An unfortunate need, but great to have that project.
Yes.
Next on our list is the Center for Emerging and Innovative Sciences out of Rochester. They're partnering up with Thermal Expansion Solutions out of Syracuse. Another trend that we saw that I forgot to mention at the beginning is more frequent partnerships between organizations that are not in the same region. Typically, the fund had always seen partnerships come, both organizations from the same region, but since COVID, the processes for everybody has become remote capable, and we see more of these partnerships across regions. It's very interesting. Anyway, back to Thermal Expansion Solutions, DBA Alvar. They developed a product that I am very intrigued about. So it's a titanium alloy that shrinks with heat and expands with cold, and it will be used, it will have applications that include sensors for autonomous vehicles and fiber couplers and beam expanders for fiber optics. I mean, I imagine that the uses for this product are endless.
Yeah, it's going to definitely change some industries around, I think.
Yeah.
Our next awardee comes from the Research Foundation for State of New York, College of Medicine, Department of Pediatrics. They're partnering with Jellica Light out of New York City. Jellica Light is a previous FuzeHub Commercialization Competition awardee for a medical device called Cognilium. This is a wearable device to treat autism. And in 2021, Cognilium was awarded an FDA Breakthrough Device designation, and this project is going to support a clinical trial with 40 autistic children.
Yeah, Angelica is a veteran of the program as well. They've been doing fantastic things. They've received that FDA designation since the competition award. Yeah, they're happy to have them back. Yeah. Absolutely. The next on the list is another research foundation of the State University of New York on behalf of the State University of New York at Buffalo in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, partnering with Starco Lighting and Ellicottville Greens. Ellicottville Greens is another startup. They're all out of Buffalo. And they design and manufacture a artificial intelligence vision system that detects diseases and monitors plant health of indoor crops, another farming related product. Indoor farming, in particular vertical farming, is a growing industry with specific technology needs. And this product will save growers expenses on crops and possibly improve food quality.
Yeah, very interesting. Rochester Institute of Technology, partnering with Advanced Gene Transfer Company out of Rochester, the Finger Lakes region, is our next awardee. So cell-based therapies have incredible potential to treat diseases, including cancer, but current processes are limited, inefficient, and expensive. Advanced Gene Transfer is utilizing carbon nanotube technology to overcome some of these limitations at a fraction of the cost. Very interesting. I'm not sure I understand it 100%.
It was a very technical application.
Technical, but very, very compelling.
Yes, the medical uses. Yes, yeah. Certainly. SciTech Business Solutions partnered with Structural Biocomposites, another startup. This is a North Country Capital Region partnership. Structural Biocomposites was born out of the desire to save the forests and help reduce deforestation by producing industrial hemp lumber. So their initial lumber will be used for construction projects. Another very interesting, sustainable centric product.
Yeah, and we're finding more and more uses for hemp, which is interesting.
Yes, another big industry in New York State.
Yeah. So the final awardee, and I just want to say that the applications, there were some really compelling ones. It was a shame we could only give 10 this round, but I'll let you talk about the next round. So the final awardee comes from Industrial and Technology Assistance Corp, ITAC. It's the MEP Center for New York City, partnering with Fit to Forge, DBA Cohesive Robotics. Startup. Here's another Industry 4.0 project. The Smart Finishing Robotic Work Cell from Cohesive Robotics is designed for high-mix manufacturing and fabrication operations. It's a complete turnkey work cell system that will perform material removal processes on nearly any part of any quantity and with no programmer required. So talk about something that can free up labor to do another job. We all know about the workforce issues that we're having. So this is going to be an interesting one. Very helpful.
And for those keeping track, Cohesive Robotics was a finalist at the commercialization competition last year.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. So it's nice to have them come in through the manufacturing grants.
Yeah, definitely.
So that rounds up the list. Congratulations to all of the awarded teams. For the non-awarded, as Eric already hinted, Round 2 of the manufacturing grants is opening April 17th. You have through May 16th to apply. The application process is pretty much the same as it was for Round 1, so any of the non-awarded teams are welcome to try again, either with the same partnership or a different partnership, same project, different project. There's no link between Round 1 and Round 2, except that you are now eligible to apply. All of the not-for-profits listed as the awardee today are not eligible to apply for Round 2. So stay tuned for more, and then in July we'll have the opening for the 2023 commercialization competition application process. So lots of good stuff coming out of the Jeff Lawrence Innovation Fund and FuzeHub. Thank you, Eric.
You're very welcome.
Absolutely, and see you next time.